Hello everybody. It is Jackie from Pocket of Preschool, and we are going to talk all about some fun Christmas holiday presents that you can make in the classroom, or your students can make in the classroom for their families, because as we all know, it's kind of an expectation from families, admin, everyone, that we kind of make our students make some kind of holiday gift or present for families. Now, I'm going to tell you a bunch of them. Some of them, they will not cost you anything. It's using their drawings and their art and using some art supplies you 99% likely have in your classroom. So you won't have to do any trips to the store. And there are some that you can, like ornament ones and things like that, that will require you to grab a couple things, but all of these are pretty, they're pretty inexpensive. And yeah, so I hope you guys love them. If you will drop in the comments your favorite gift, or maybe your go-to gift that you make for families, your students make for families in your classroom, drop it below, because we love to learn from each other. And where all the links are, there are links to, there's a blog post with all of these ideas and a little bit more directions and links and things on the blog. So the links are where the links are, and all of my Amazon favorite things, those are linked, as well as my TPT store. So let's jump right in. So the first thing a holiday gift needs is a card. Now, as a parent, this is my favorite card that I get. It's one that is made by the kiddo. It doesn't have to be fancy. It's just made by the kiddo. So it is literally a white piece of cardstock. In my family, in my Writing Center freebie. So when you sign up for my newsletter, that is at the bottom of every newsletter. There is a word card that has some holidays in them. So you can put that out, which I forgot to grab, but so you can put that out along with some supplies. Like, again, I just give everybody a white piece of cardstock. And then I folded it in half for them, so that way it's already done. But you can tell this year, not this one, but this, they copied Merry Christmas off of the word card, and I would have that out on the table. You can also, and I have done this some years, where I write Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whatever you want to write, in pencil, and then they can trace it. You can do that too. But you can tell this year I put out washi tape and markers. Now, if you don't have washi tape, that year I just happen to have a bunch, you can also just put out some tape. You can also put out red, green, whatever holiday you're doing cards for, and some red and green masking tape, and then just a bunch of stickers. I cut up, you guys know I cut up a lot of my, these I just got, so I would have these all cut up. But you can see I have my sticker sheets, a lot of them cut up, so that way when I can have a whole bunch of these kind of out in the table in the middle, and there's a bunch of them to choose from. You can see they use some of those. And then you can just have them dot markers in there. Again, you can have some washi tape. This is all I have left of the Christmas, but just some red and green tape, and then give every kiddo a blank piece of cardstock folded in half, and that is your Christmas card. This is my favorite card to get, again, as a mom. So again, I think we sometimes make it too hard for ourselves. Families just want a card that the student made. It doesn't have to be fingerprints. It doesn't have to be handprint. It can just be made by the kiddo, filled with stickers or washi tape or dot markers, if that's what you have. And it's amazing. So a handmade card, and it's great fine motor, it also shows kiddos, this is an authentic reason to write. A handmade card. So that way, maybe when they have birthdays later in the year, maybe they'll be like, Mom, Dad, Grandma, Grandpa, whoever they live with, oh my gosh, let's make them a card. I'm going to make it just like I did, like I made your Christmas card. So it's a great authentic way for them to write and color and draw. This year they made, the Christmas tree in there. We had probably done that as a directed drawing, or maybe drawn them a little bit in our fine motor journal. So perfect. Or if they're 3s or 2s, just scribbles. Scribbles are amazing. We love scribbles. All right, again, because they have to scribble first before they can write the letters that look like, the scribbles that look like letters, and then they will eventually, those random scribbles that kind of look like letters will then turn into all letters, and then they'll turn into appropriately formed letters. So all the stages of writing are important. So another fun gift that's also free to you are directed drawings. Now, I do directed drawings a lot in my classroom, and to make these a gift, all I do is I trim the piece of the paper that they make it on, and I mat it on a piece of red paper. This is just some red Astrobites paper, and then I laminate it. That way, it is now a gift. So, if you have my directed drawings, there's a bunch of them to choose from. The reindeer directed drawing, that one, this cutie patootie one, these are my own kiddos because I had my kiddo in my class. So he was in kinder when he made this one. This guy was 3 when he made this one. So they're all adorable. So the reindeer is a freebie on my blog. Let me move it up so you can see him. Now, in my directed drawings, you can, maybe you have the bundle or maybe you have just the winter set. Let me hear. You could also do a mittens directed drawing. So it comes with the directions, visual directions, and that's my sample that I have. So how I do directed drawings in my class is, I know, a little crazy, but I give everybody a Sharpie. And we talk about how the Sharpie only writes on the paper, but it's fine. Once they use it a couple times, it's okay. And then I draw, and then they draw. So let me find the reindeer. And again, this one is a freebie on the blog. So how it works is I do it, and then they do it. You can also practice one time on a dry erase board, like another day, not the day you're doing it, but another day. And that way they will have drawn it once. So that way they'll just know what's going on. So I do it and then they do it. I'll say, okay, what shape is the reindeer's head? And they'll say, oh, an oval or a circle. I'll go, okay, I'm gonna make my circle or my oval around, 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 stop. Okay, you guys make it. And then they make it. And I'll have this out on the table too, for them to use as a visual. Or you can put it in your art center afterwards too, so they can make them independently. And I'll say, oh my God, what is on a reindeer's head? Oh, eyes, it needs eyes. So I'm gonna make two eyes, because reindeers have 2 eyes. So I'm gonna make a circle, and then I'm gonna make the pupil. So I'm gonna make another circle on the inside and color it in. And then I'm gonna make a big circle for the eyeball, and then I'm gonna make the pupil, which is the little circle, and color it in. And then they would do it. And then I'll say, oh, what else is on the reindeer's head? A nose and a mouth. Okay, I'm gonna make the nose first. Ready? It's kind of like a big circle. I'm gonna make Rudolph. Who are you gonna make? And maybe they'll say Dancer or whoever, whatever reindeer is their favorite. And then I'm gonna go, okay, I'm gonna make a circle. Around, 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 stop. Okay, you guys do it. And then they make their circle. Around, around, stop. I'm going, oh, we need to make a mouth. And then we do the mouth. Or I do it. I'm gonna make, it's kind of like a letter U. So I'm gonna go down, up, but it's a curve. Make sure there's no point. And there isn't a point. And so then they do it. And then they go around, stop. And then we do the same thing for the antlers and the neck and the ears. And there we go. And I just have a sample just so, again, I know. Now maybe you have kiddos for 2 years in a row. So if you did reindeer last year, you could always do a gingerbread man. Or maybe you want to do a snowman, because maybe you have a lot of families who don't celebrate Christmas. So a snowman is great, because then it's a holiday present for everyone. Or like I said, mittens. Ooh, upside down. Or I have a Christmas tree directed drawing. Now, these directed drawings are a little bit different than most because they're super, super simple. There's not a lot of details. They're super simple shapes. So we also have a menorah for our Jewish families. And then we have a penguin, which I love, the little penguin. He's so cute. Or, oh, we have a polar bear. You don't have to make a reindeer for Christmas. You can totally do any of the wintry things, or you can do a Christmas theme. You know the families in your classroom, so you pick the directed drawing that works for them. Oh, and then how I do the rest of it. So after we draw it, then, sorry, I'm trying to put these away and do that at the same time. So after we draw it with the marker, then we put the lids on and I take the Sharpies. They go away. Now, if your class is young and that's all the attention span they have that day, it's the holidays, so that may be it. Then maybe the next day, we'll get out the watercolors and they color the rest with watercolors. That's it. And we talk about what colors to use. Typically, I don't tell my kiddos what colors to use, but for this guy, we would talk about how we're gonna use real colors to make the reindeer look realistic. And we talk about how the reindeer is brown and he has a nose. You can make it red like Rudolph or black, like a regular reindeer or brown. And then we just use watercolors. Super simple. So that is how we do our directed drawings. And if you don't want to give kids Sharpies, you can always give them oil pastels. That works too. Now, this is another take on a directed drawing. Or you can have them trace. These, this is, again, my kiddos, because he was in my class. We did these one year as well. So what this is I have the full directions on the blog. Like, each step has a direction. So these are frames from the dollar store. So what you will do is you can either do the directed drawing or you can draw the tree underneath and you can have the student trace it. So I just had a tree with the glass. So I had a tree on a piece of white paper and then I put the glass on top of it. Okay, I took out the glass. So the glass is on top of the tree and then the students trace it with a black Sharpie. So they trace the tree and the trunk. This kiddo looks like she drew it all on her own. So you can also have them draw it independently and then say, oh, add some lights and then add some circle lights. And then we did some snowflakes. Again, we practiced this for probably fine motor journals or during maybe drawing time or circle time on dry erase boards before we did this. So put the paper down, they draw on the glass with a Sharpie. And then the next day, because again, our students have this much attention span, they paint over it. And then it'll look like this. And you just put a piece of foil underneath and it looks like a stained glass window. And I just grabbed frames from the Dollar Tree. Super simple, but it's so gorgeous. But this one doesn't cost you anything. This one will cost you, $1.25 a kit. So you pick. All right, another gift that I like to make are candy canes. These are super simple. So each kiddo gets a pipe cleaner. You can also make that, like, cut, if this is gonna be too hard for your kiddos, you can cut them so they're half of a pipe cleaner, or you can make them 3/4 of a pipe cleaner. And then what they're gonna do is just lace the pony beads on. These two friends, these are again my kiddos, made a pattern, or they can just lace. Again, it's great fine motor activity. And also it's a really simple, easy morning table time activity. Like you could put this out in the morning for a table time activity and then you have a little kid-made gift. That's great. So candy canes is another really fun idea. Now we all love fingerprints. So let me show you some fingerprint ideas. And again, all kinds of twists and tweaks to them. So your traditional fingerprint idea. So I made these with my own kids. So this is the one where you draw the lights. I drew it, and then they did their light fingerprints. I did cover this one in Mod Podge, so that's why it looks a little blurry, because I noticed the paint was peeling off. I don't know if it was a coating that was on here or not, because I've never had that happen before, but these are just those ornaments you buy from Michael's. I usually buy them at Michael's like the day before Thanksgiving, or I buy them after the holidays are over for next year. But just draw the lights with a permanent marker, and then they fingerprint. And if you notice the paint is peeling, cover with Mod Podge. If it's not, I leave it. You can also do it where they print their finger, or they can do 1, 2, 3 for the snowman, and then once it's dry, they color the little snowman. So this one he did this when he was 3. So, I mean, so cute. Here's another variation. Like, how adorable is this? So this one we did, I think when he was at like kindergarten maybe. So a little bit older, but it's okay if it's a little bit of a simpler drawing too. But these they did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we had 3 snowmen, and then we just drew Sharpies on the back. And then this one, I painted the back blue because otherwise, and these are just those, these are the ones from the Dollar Tree, but they're a little bit bigger. If you buy them in like the case, they're smaller, but if you want to get them in Dollar Tree, that's fine. I painted the black blue just to make so you could see it a little bit better. And then we put some glue on the inside with some snow. So, oh, and then the ribbon. So I never send home an ornament with a hook. I always put some kind of ribbon on it. It doesn't have to be fancy ribbon. It can be this ribbon or whatever ribbon you have extra. It can also be string, but don't send it home with hook because that can be dangerous. So yeah, so those are just some ornaments you can do. Now I know some people do reindeer, and I got this as a gift from one of my kiddos, but look, broke. And look, it was so adorable. Look, it was little reindeers. Let me see if you can see it. So it had a little reindeer thumbprint, and then they had the antlers. He was 2, so this was the teacher drew the antlers on, and then had a little cute saying. So this is my cautionary tale, because I cried when this happened. Don't use glass, because also if you would drop it in the classroom and this shatters, oh my gosh, like that is so scary, because those little shards of glass could get in their little toes. And now, like, as a mom, I cried because I dropped it. So make sure you use, like, this one's plastic, so just use plastic if you're using the colored ones or the clear ones. Again, cautionary tale, make sure you use plastic. Now, maybe you're like, this is way too hard, because when they're 3 or 2 or 4 or 5 or kinder, this is really hard to manage because it's a circle, right? So, and another something you could do is put it on these tree rings that everybody has. So you can buy them in a pack on Amazon. I linked mine in the blog post. Here's a couple we did. So again, you can do anything. So this one they fingerprinted the tree. And again, you can, if they're little, you can help them like place their fingers. So that way it makes whatever it is. And again, I like the ribbon on the top, so we have no hooks. And then they glued on the little pom-poms. Or you can do where you paint it white, and then they do the fingerprint and paint on a nose to make a little snowman. And again, you could do the lights on here. You could do the 3 snowmen on here. You could do a candy cane on here. You could do a little reindeer on here. You could also do a directed drawing on here. Now that I did some of these, I don't know if I'll ever go back to these, even though these are gorgeous. But this is so much easier for a little one to do because it's flat, right? You're not having to deal with a rounded object when they're coloring too, because this is really hard for them. This can be really frustrating, but this, because it's a flat surface, it's a lot easier for them. So these are amazing. And like this bag came with like 30, I think, or something. So I have a whole bunch extra. And again, you could do a candy cane, whatever you want. Also, if you ever do mason jar, like lanterns for Halloween, and have a whole bunch of extra lids, like we did, take the lids and you can paint them white, or next time I will probably buy them with white lids, and you can do your ornament on here. And then I hot glued a ribbon on. It just fell off, so I had to tape it, but that way it would be like this. So you could have your little fingerprint ornament. And again, if you have lids because you used all the mason jars for like a lantern project or something, use the lids because you already have them. You wouldn't have to buy anything else. So do whatever fingerprint you want on your lid. And also if you look on Pinterest, they have a whole bunch of fingerprint ideas for all the different little holiday ones. Now, if you also want to be super simple, you could also take the Fingerprint and literally like buy some frames from the Dollar Tree and put it in here. Because again, this is tricky, but this would be a really cute gift too. And if they wrote like Merry Christmas in their kid print, like super adorable. Like this would be a cute present too. Again, do what you have the energy for, what your kids can handle, all of that. So those are all the Fingerprint ideas. Okay, let's move on to popsicle sticks. So, popsicle sticks. You guys probably have these in your closet. They're in a little gingerbread guy. So, a couple things you can do. Well, a couple things. I have ideas. So, this is a star. So, what I did was I gave the kids, yes, a bottle of glue, and the popsicle sticks. And I gave them a piece of wax paper, and I wrote their name on the wax paper. And they built their star on the wax paper and like smothered it in glue, because look, it's amazing, right? Like if they love glue, like this is the perfect project. And then if any of them, and then they may take a day or two to dry, and then they can paint them whatever color they want. They can add glitter, and then I did a matching bow. But how cute are those stars? I love them because again, they can stack them and make them however they want, but they're so cute. And if they love pink, they can make them pink. If they love blue, they can make it blue. Whatever color they want. All right. And oh, if any like pop off, just add some hot glue. Here is another idea. These are like some triangles. So again, you would want to hot glue these first. Okay, so you hot glue the triangle, and then you can make it into a reindeer or a Christmas tree. And these are just the foam stickers. And this is a clothespin that they paint. Again, super simple, but so cute. So keeping the triangle theme going, if you don't want to do this triangle, you can glue a piece of paper on the back. Okay. Oh, they want to, these are the stained popsicle sticks, the ones that were already green. So you hot glue those together. Or no, we painted these, sorry. Well, not me. I got this. We did this as a craft at school, but my kid's school. But paint this, and then put the paper on the back, and then put a star at the top. You can put the year, you don't have to. And then they can cover it with pony beads. You can use glitter. You can tell we lost a couple, so I'll have to put those back on. And then the trunk is just a piece of paper. Again, all of these probably won't cost you anything because you probably have these in your closet, right? But they're so cute. And I'm telling you, as a parent or whatever family member your students live with, they will love whatever you make them. They will just be so happy to have anything. I do love the things that have, my favorites are probably the things with their fingerprints on them, just because they were so little, and now that mine are big, it's so sad that they're big. But these were popsicle sticks. We're gonna keep going. And I hot glued these. And then I hot glued the string on there to start, and then they wrap. Whoa! They wrap. Now, this, not a good 3-year-old craft. This, pre-K, kinder, first. But like, how cute. Oh, and then I did hot glue. So I hot glued the triangle. I hot glued the start, which was at the bottom. And then I also hot glued the ribbon and the antlers on before they started. You could also like wrap the antlers on, but I hot glued them because. And then I gave them half of a black pipe cleaner to kind of wiggle around and make into the antlers. And then they added a nose and eyes with just like glue. So again, so many cute ideas. You pick what your students, you think they'll be able to do without frustration, what you think will be less frustrating for you. So now let's talk about some pre-made ones, and then we'll go into the circle ornaments. So if you have any of these, or maybe you bought like a kit, put out some foam shapes and some Sharpies, like regular Sharpies. And these are just foam sticker shapes. They can make their tree, and then you can punch a hole in it and make it into an ornament, or just give them this as the gift. These were like a set, and it had stickers, and then they stuck them on there, and these are really cute too. These are some my kiddos did in a class. This was a kindergarten craft. This one was a little bit tricky. So I wouldn't, like ones that are really tricky and intricate, I would say skip those if you are kinder or lower. Like this would probably, I would not pick again because I helped with that craft and it was a little tricky for the kinders to do. But my pre-K kiddos did this because it was more however they wanted to stick it on. It was fine. There wasn't a particular way they had to do it. So if you're doing a pre-made sticker one, find one where they can just stick them on and it's good. And then this one was a gingerbread one where they stick them on. So, and this one they did it great with, but how cute is that? So you can also do the pre-made foam sticker route. That works too. Now, another route you can do are another like ball one. So on my blog, or no, in my TPT store, I have an ornament, what is it called? It's like an ornament, like make an ornament with printables. Because I would typically do this at the Christmas party where each kiddo would go with their person, or if I didn't have their, someone didn't come with that kiddo for the party because they couldn't, they would just pair up with another family and they would go through. And basically they're literally just filling them. So I would have pom-poms, cut up pipe cleaners, jingle bells. I did glitter. I put a little funnel in that one too, but they would just literally go sit at the table, or they could go around the table and they would fill it up with fun. And then look, I did put Sharpies at the table because they drew pictures. Like, look, like so cute. And these look gorgeous on the tree. They loved it. Like, this one's really full. Sometimes they don't fill it up really full, but they're super cute. So that you can do just like fill it up with all kinds of Christmassy goodies. That's really fun. You can also do the traditional one where you squirt the paint inside and then shake, 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 and then they look like this. Like so cute. And I will say I love, as a mom, I love all of them. Oh, and then don't forget, you can do the one where you put a ribbon and then you put it on the inside, and that's how tall they were that year. That one's really fun too. But this one, I will say, is kind of you wouldn't think so, but it takes a lot of ribbon. So I probably wouldn't do this one again because the amount of ribbon it took was a lot and it got really expensive. I thought it was like more, it turned out to be more than almost the, by the time I bought the ball and the ribbon, it turned out to be more than if I did like, you know, a fingerprint one, because this one you're just buying the ball and then they're painting. This one, the ribbon can get expensive. So, FYI. And then we have the handprint one, right? So, if you're gonna do a handprint one, use Model Magic, Crayola Model Magic. It's like a squishy, it says squishy modeling material, and it air dries. Okay, I have some like air dry salt dough ornaments from when my kids were little, and they're starting to fall apart. I have heard that like all the salt dough, they do eventually fall apart. I've had these. This was 2013, 2012. So I've had this one 12 years and we're still going good. Like we're still okay. I did not cover these with not Model Magic. I did not cover these with Mod Podge. Don't do this. No. Okay. But I use paint on them. So you use the name brand Model Magic, which I know it's a little bit expensive, but I have, and I did these with my own kiddos, but learn from me again. I made a little circle and I hot glued the ribbon. This is not fun, like to dry. So I learned from my mistake and I did their handprint, and then I cut it out while it was wet. This was so much better because then I could just paint around the edges and then let them completely dry. You can also do Model Magic and cookie cutters, but the trick is with Model Magic to let it completely dry. Do not, if it's wet, don't paint it because it'll be tacky and it'll never dry. I don't know why. It's a science, chemical reaction thing, I'm sure. So FYI. But these, again, any handprint will work. Look at this. I did this one with Austin when he was like, how old was he? 2 weeks old? Like, so little. We got a little reindeer and Christmas trees. And we got Santas. You guys, I took all these off my tree. I'm telling you guys, like, I really appreciate every ornament that is on that tree that was made in a classroom. This was not made by me. I cannot take credit for this one. This was made by one of his teachers. This is a piece of wood. There's a little poem on the back. And then they did the cute little light picture, this is like a little piece of wood, and they covered it in Mod Podge, you can see it, and then put a hook on there and everything. I mean, the amount of time and effort this one takes is a lot, okay? But if you are extra and you want to do this, then do this. If you're like, absolutely not, then don't. Any of them are amazing, okay? So I want you to walk away with that. Whatever you decide to do, the families will love and cherish for years to come. Again, they will love them and cherish them. And then I have 2 more. And then that's it for today. Because I probably will think of more another day. So this is a tree handprint. And I just put some ribbon on the top. Okay, so the trick is with these, and I typically buy the bar mop towels from Walmart. If they're out of these, because it happens during the holidays, buy a pack of the washcloths. They work too. I've done that too. Put a piece of paper inside, like fold it in half. Paint the kid's hand with paint. Use acrylic paint, the kind that don't use washable because it'll wash off. So paint their hand with acrylic paint, put it on, take it off, and then I take the foam brush and I kind of do the parts that look, you can see the brush strokes on, touch it up. I give them a wet wipe. I wipe off their hand mostly, and then I have them take their finger, and we do the ornaments and the star and the trunk. Or if it's really, really wet, you can do the ornament and the star and the trunk once it's dry. You pick, but I literally hang these in my house. They're not used, but I love these. So, and again, you can use any handprint idea that you want on this. It doesn't have to be the tree. You can do the reindeer or the Santa Claus. I just like the tree because it's green and it's fun. But again, you pick the one that you want to do. All right, my last idea. I know. Okay. This one. So, if you grab these beautiful vases from the $1.25 tree. Okay, I'm afraid I'm gonna knock this over with my elbow. Hold on. Oh no. Grab some of these. Grab whatever ones they have. They can be smaller, they can be larger, whatever works. If there's some that come in a 2-pack, grab those because then you can have 2 kiddos for $1.25. Grab this. Get some green paint and some red paint. And let them paint it. And then if you hold it while it's wet for them, they can sprinkle the glitter on. And I keep my glitter in little bitty salt shakers. Or if you want to skip the glitter, that's okay too. And then cover with Mod Podge. And it's gorgeous. You can put treats in it. You can put a little tea light in it. Or you can put nothing in it and put it in a bag. I don't have it with me, but also don't stress about the gift wrap. So you have the card, right? We have the card you're gonna give them. Where's that? Let's say you're gonna give them the card and you're doing a candy cane and maybe you're doing this. This is a lot of work. Don't go out and buy a bag. You can if you want, but this is a lot, right? This is amazing. They're gonna love it. So grab some brown paper bags or white paper sacks, because you can usually get them at the $1.25 tree. Give them 2 dot markers. Let them dot the bag. Put some tissue paper in it. Let them put it inside. Let them put the tissue paper in. And then you have your gift. It doesn't have to be fancy store-bought. Again, I love anything the families bring home. If you don't want to do the bags and if you want to wrap it up in a tissue, I love that too. The families will love that too. They will love whatever you do. So if you want to be extra and do something like this, then be extra. If you're like, nope, that's too much for me this year, I'm doing this. Or maybe you're doing this, that's okay. I love this. I love this. I love this, because guess what? All of it, I get to hang up at the holidays and remember when my kiddos were little and remember all of the great memories they have. They can look at them and they'll remember all those great memories, because when they get into bigger grades, this, like a lot of this doesn't happen. Their fingerprints get bigger. Their hand isn't gonna fit on a towel. Like, they get big. So whatever you do, families will love it, will cherish it. Even if they don't say thank you, I am saying thank you for them. Thank you for all of your hard work that you put into holiday gifts, because I know, because I've done it with, when I taught full day, I had 18 kiddos and 25 on my roster, and they got to pick what days they came. So I know how stressful making these can be with 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, or kinder, or TK, when it's just you and your class, or maybe you and an assistant, or maybe it's just you with all those kiddos. Like, whatever you can do, they will love. So I want to say thank you for them, and I hope you love all of my ideas. I hope you are not too stressed, and I hope you have a great holiday. After you're done making all of these, I hope you can enjoy the holiday with your family. And so I hope you have an amazing night. All the links are where the links are. And if you have questions, message us and let us know, and we are happy to help. All right, you guys have an amazing day or night, depending on when you're watching, and I will talk to you very soon.